Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So glad you could join us for the Grief Healing Telesummit. Top experts share their best holistic healing methods to transform grief into healing and living again. I'm Chelsea Hansen, your host, founder of With Sympathy Gifts and Keepsakes, as well as Global Grace, the World Association of Spiritual Grief Healing. Our guest today is Sangeeta Patel, and Sangeeta works with people who are struggling with physical or emotional pain and have tried traditional methods but have not yet been able to get relief. Her journey began after surviving a car accident and losing her only brother. When Sangeeta was able to embrace her inner self after loss, she awakened her natural ability to heal, and she's going to be helping us with that today. She's also an author, speaker, integrated energy therapy master instructor, Gigong, and emotional freedom technique practitioner. Welcome, Sangeeta.
Thank you, Chelsea, and hello, everyone.
Yeah, so glad to have you on the call, and I'm very excited to share all your information because it's so interesting, the work that you do through Gigong and EFT and heart coaching, that we can actually have control over our physical bodies through our energy to get that healing. So, yeah, I'm excited for you to tell us about that. But first, tell us how you got started in this line of work. It's so interesting.
Yes, thank you. I would love to share my story. It all started about 25 years ago when I was in a car accident back in India. And my brother and one of my father's employee, they were in the front of the car and I was in the back. And we were hit by an 18-wheeler truck. And the whole roof sliced off, and then, on the spot, my brother and the employee passed away, and I was stuck in the back car seat with my broken bones, with my tibia fibula, coming out of the skin, and I lost a couple of bones. And I was taken to the nearest hospital where they were ready to chop my legs off because of all the mess and the blood and everything. But thank God for my caretaker. She was there because at that time my father was making funeral arrangements for my brother. So until he came, they were kind of holding me and patching me up, and then they transferred me to a bigger hospital where I stayed there for about 9 months as they were trying to assemble my legs and my rest of the body. So after 2-3 months, they told me about my brother because I was also injured in my head area, and they were afraid that I may slip into coma or even worse, pass away. So after going through all that, I was shifted back here to United States in New Jersey, back home, and went for surgeries for almost 17, 18 years. And at that point, I have had it. I had so much stuffed up emotions, and I was living on an autopilot life. I was not able to attend to my children as well. So I turned to the universe when the doctors finally said that they would like to freeze my ankle, because at that point I did not have any cartilage in my ankles and I was not able to stand for more than 3 minutes. So I turned to the universe, and the universe sent me my Qigong master, Master Lin, and I started practicing Qigong, and that started me a big shift in my energy, and I was able to stand for more than half hour, and that was like a miracle and a huge success and achievement for me. So I got so boosted up, and my self-confidence rose, and I was like so happy, and I said, this is so cool, because it was so simple yet very, very powerful technique that you can do not only by sitting down, standing up, or even lying down in your bed. And as I was learning that, I got introduced with EFT, which is emotional freedom technique. and then chakra healing. So all these different holistic techniques that I learned helped me to be here and pass it along to whoever come in my path.
Yeah, and you really went through a hard journey to, you went through so much before you finally had to call on the universe to help you to learn all these amazing things. So we're so lucky that you can share what you learned with us. So what was the first technique you wanted to tell everyone about today?
All right. So today I will be sharing 3, Qigong, then EFT, which is Emotional Freedom Technique, and then heart coaching through Master's Energy. So first I'll talk about Qigong. Qigong is a very simple and powerful technique. It comes from China, like how yoga comes from India and Reiki is from Japan. So it is one of the many healing tools that is very easy and powerful to follow and heal yourself. Our body is made of 2 energies, yin energy and yang energy. Yin energy is a female energy, and it resides below the torso. And some of the examples of yin energy are moon energy, dark energy, spiritual energy, water energy, and feminine energy. And the yang energy is of male energy, and it resides above the torso. And some examples are sun energy, fire energy, physical energy, daylight energy, and masculine energy. So whenever there is an imbalance between these 2 energies, illnesses occurs. And that is from cough and cold to cancer and tumor. So all these illnesses are nothing else but imbalance of the energy. And just by, sorry.
Can I ask you a question, Sangeeta?
Sure.
When you talk about the yin and yang energy, like for yin, you said like water, and yang, you said daylight. Can you explain those a little more?
Sure. Sure. See, these are the examples. So, for instance, water. So, water is connected to our emotions. And water is an energy that is of a yin energy, which is a female energy. And moon energy is also female energy because it is dark. If you see a yin and yang symbol, it is half dark and half light.
Oh, sure.
So the dark part of it represents the yin energy, which is the female energy, and the yang part is representing the male energy, which is the light energy. And it is more physical, and it is more materialistic. So when we do physical work outside, that is considered as more yang energy. So if people do not do exercise, or if their life is very sedentary, then their yin energy is in imbalance because there is not enough yang energy to balance it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I was just wondering how people's balance gets off, but that's a perfect example there, like if we're not getting enough exercise, and I'm sure there's millions of examples of how it gets off. Okay.
Yes, so like if a person is worrying too much, that is the thinking energy, that is the spiritual energy, then the worriness can cause imbalance because there is more of yin energy. The person is thinking too much. So that's how you can separate those.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so just by learning and practicing this slow-moving exercise, you can awaken your own natural ability to heal your inner self, because we are all born healers. So I'll just give you one tip that you can do at home also. By massaging the center of the palms, you can open up your heart center, because we have 12 major channels in our feet and in our hands. So by just massaging certain points, it's like acupuncture without needles. So when you massage certain points, it helps to open up that area of that organ. So the palm of the center palm of your hands, when you massage, it opens up the heart energy. Then if you tap in between your eyebrows, that helps to detoxify your body, and it helps liver and gallbladder. And then the third one is you can tap under your eyes, which is connected to the stomach energy. So if someone has any kind of digestive problem or immune system problem, they can tap over there, and that will help open up the stomach energy centers.
And we should just tap with like 2 fingers? Is that
yes, with 2 fingers. You can tap either on one side or both sides, and just tap gently. You don't want to have black and blue over your eyes. So just tap gently for 2 to 3 minutes, at least 3 to 5 times a day. If, for instance, if you're tapping under the eyes for stomach, then if you do that 3 to 5 times a day, then that would help the stomach. And as you are tapping, you can give information, because healing is an information healing, message healing, because as we tap, our cells, they listen to us, and the information that we give us. For instance, normally when we are sick or we say, oh, crap, this, I don't feel good, I wish I was better and all that. So the cells listen to that. But instead of that, if we say that I am healed, my body is completely healed, all the blockages are gone, then the body listens to that positive message, and it starts healing itself.
So we should say that while we're tapping?
Yes. You can say that all my channels are open, all the blockages are gone, I'm healed, completely healed. Okay.
And I think even just saying that statement just makes you feel better.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like a positive message.
Let me ask you one other question. You said center palm helps massage your palm, helps your heart. Tap between your eyebrows helps your liver and gallbladder. Tap under your eyes, that helps with your stomach. Where do we tap for stress? I'm sure a lot of people on the call have stress.
Yes, that I will go over with my next. Thanks for mentioning that, because for EFT, which is Emotional Freedom Technique.
Okay.
And this technique was developed by Dr. Callahan, and it was moved forward by Gary Craig to help veterans to heal their emotional state after the war, after they came back from war. And there is a specific sequence of tapping on certain meridian points that one can do to release the stuffed emotions, especially from the past or current stress, anxiety, depression, anything related to emotion and that are stuffed from the past. And by tapping, this message is given to the neurotransmitter cells, as I said before, and it helps to release the old messages from the cells and replace with the new messages. So, for instance, when I was working with the release of emotions for losing my brother, I would start by tapping on the karate chop point, which is on the, if you put your hands up in front of you, and if you see the pinky and go down, and as if you're doing a karate chop, that part is the karate chop point. So you can tap over there and say a setup statement, which is, even though I feel sad about losing my brother, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So when you are doing this, you are inserting and acknowledging the feeling, the emotion that you are having. For instance, I did the sad because I was feeling that at that point. So if you are feeling stressed out, you can say, even though I feel stressed about whatever you are feeling stressed about, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. what this setup statement does is it detaches us from the external to the internal self. So that means that whatever is happening to the external world, which is stress, anxiety, depression, stress, anger, whatever that may be, it is not going to be attached to our inner self. Because normally what happens is whenever we go through these emotions, we absorb everything in our inner self. And that is why we become ill, either physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. So when you say this, you are detaching that. So, and then once you say the setup statement, then you do a reminder phrase. What that is a couple of words, a set of words that you would write it down, what you feel about. Like, for instance, I would say, I feel sad. I lost my brother. I wish he was here with me. I miss him. And you can use these words that relate to your concerns. And as words are very powerful messengers to our body, so then I would tap on the meridian points on the face, which are, the first one is between the eyebrows, then side of the eyes.
Oh, side of the eyes, you said?
Side of the eyes, yeah. So the corner where the eyebrows end, and you know that bone part, the corner of the eye, that part.
Okay.
Then
and
under the eye.
We just use one hand while we're tapping, right?
You can do either or. You can use both the fingers, or you can use just one hand.
Okay.
And then the third is under the eyes, then under the nose, under the chin, then by the collarbone, where we have where the collarbone is, you can just tap with 3 fingers. So then don't worry about the exact point, because the message will be given to that area.
Okay.
And then under the armpit, for women, where the bra line is, that's where the armpit point is. And then on top of the head. So this is like a whole sequence of tapping for the reminder phase. And once you do this, you do like 3 rounds, and then you take a deep breath in, and then exhale out with your mouth, and then you see how you feel. And before you do that, you can give a scale of 0 to 10, how that emotion, how your feeling is. For instance, if you are feeling stressed out, what is the scale level? Is it like 10 being the highest, or 2 or 3 being okay, or 5 being in the middle point? So the goal of the tapping is to bring the scale from 10 to at least 0 to 2.
Okay.
So as you step, like if after 3 rounds you check and see, okay, how you feel. Sometimes you're back to 0 to 2, or sometimes you are at 5. Then you can tap again another round of 3, and then another round of 3 until you come back. So pick one feeling or one emotion or one event that you would like to tap on, and then make a list of it, and then keep going until you knock down everything that you're feeling.
So, for example, you say, even though I feel sad, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Do you say that same statement through all 3 rounds, or you adjust it as you jot down those reminder words of what else you're feeling?
Yes, thanks. For the karate chop point, you would say that whole setup statement of even though I feel and completely and deeply accept myself. And when you go to the face points, you use the reminder phrases or just like 1 or 2 words. Or you can do the whole sentence if you like, depending on what you're feeling, how you're feeling, what the event is.
And give us an example of the reminder phrase. So like you do on the side of your hand,
for the reminder phrase, you can do like for the eyebrow point, I would say, I feel sad. For the side of the eye, I would say, I lost my brother. For the under the eyes, I would say, I wish he was here with me. For under the nose, I would say, I miss him, and so forth.
And that just kind of helps you, like, to start to acknowledge those feelings and release it out of your system?
Yes, because normally, like, if you don't do that, then you kind of shove it down and, it gets stuffed inside. So by acknowledging, any kind of emotions come up, you want to acknowledge them. And once you acknowledge them, they say, okay, now this person knows that I'm here, and then you deal with it and then release and let it go.
I like the way you explain it because I've done this technique before, but the way I was taught was to do the whole sentence, even though I feel sad, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. That's kind of hard to go through the whole process, so the way you do it is much easier, like I feel sad, I wish he was here, I miss him. It just makes it easier to do.
Yes, because, what I found as I was learning EFT, and I did level 1, and with that it was complicated, and I used to get frustrated because I said that, and then I had to memorize it, so then I'll get even more anxious because then I said, oh, am I doing right? Am I doing wrong? But as I was practicing, I came up with my own little thing. It's like I would do a dialoguing. So it's like as I'm tapping, I'm dialoguing with my brother, or I'm dialoguing with the emotion that I'm feeling. And when you do that, it helps to get calm more faster.
Yeah, that is much easier because I personally, I know, would give up on it. I'm like, I can't remember all this stuff. So that's awesome the way you explain it. But then let me ask you another question. So you said to do your 3 rounds and then kind of check where you are. Like if you're at a 10, ideally we want to get to the 0 to 2. And then, like, how many times a day do you suggest doing this, though? Like 3 times or 1 time?
Yeah, you can do as many times as you would like to. There is no certain set amount of time. But what I normally do is when I was doing it, I set up a time, like 1 hour time a week. Or you can do 10 minutes 3 times a week, or however the time schedule permits you. And then just focus on that and then do it, and then you will find release. And the more you do it, the faster and, you'll be able to move ahead.
So really it's not that big of a commitment. You're saying 1 hour a week or just 3 times a week for 10 minutes. So it's like doable. It's not like a huge, overwhelming task. That's awesome.
Yes. And the third technique that I would like to share with everyone today is called heart coaching through Master's Energy. So what is Master's Energy? Master's Energy is a connection between the divine energy and the generational energy. Sorry.
And what's generational energy?
Yes, that's what I'm going to say.
Oh, sorry.
Generational energy is from our parents that we get, like genetics. It is our blueprint, and it knows how our body will be like in future, like our DNA when we are born. And during the meditation with the Master's Energy, we have the ability to change the cell codes, our DNA, because 85% of our DNA is from the stem cell, which is by the belly button, and the 15% is from the back of the spine. And the divine energy is a universal energy that we have been evolved from millions of years ago. And our spiritual body is the connection of this divine energy. And the Master's energy is like the medium. It helps to connect with our generational energy that we are here physically on the planet, and the divine energy that is the universal energy. So it is like a magnetic field where we can choose our master with whom we have best connection with. And it can be the descended masters like Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Allah, or any teacher or mentor that you receive guidance from. Or even it can be your grandparents, whoever you have that strong connection with. So the heart coaching is from this master's energy, and there are 4 steps that you can do to connect with your master's energy. So the first step is call upon your master's energy. It can be his or her energy with respect. The second step is merge with this energy, with your master's energy. So imagine that you are your master in his body or her body. And at this moment, how would you hold your body and how would you sit, like your posture? So you become your master in another sense. And then the third is scanning. Like, what is my emotional state right now? What is my mindset, and how do I deal with it? So how would your master would deal with it? Normally, like when we are in our human, in our natural self, then we would either get angry or get upset. But when you connect with your inner self, your higher master's energy, then your thought process changes. The perspective of how you see the event changes. So that helps with scanning. And once you do that, then the fourth step is you connect. So then now you are ready to ask the guidance from your master that you need at this moment for your highest good. And then once you receive the guidance, then you write it down, and then you thank your master's energy and ask them to return to you whenever you need next time. So that is the connection, this is the heart coaching, because it comes, normally, we live our life from the head. So it is the ego that comes in the middle, and we do too much analytical with our mind's energy. But when you connect with your master's energy, it is heart coaching, because your master's energy is coaching you to live your life.
Can you take us through an example, like how you would do it, just so we understand a little more?
Yes. Okay, so for instance, if I'm working to heal something on my physical aspect, and I would like to call upon my master's energy, so what I would do is I would sit down and I would relax, take a deep breath in and exhale out with the mouth. Then I would put a smile on my face, because SMILE stands for Start My Internal Love Engine. And then I would call upon, say, Master Lin's energy, who is my Gigong master. And then I would call upon his energy by closing the eyes and visualizing him or his energy. And then I would say, please come, Master. I need your guidance on this particular event, or I have this question to ask you. So then I would wait, and then I would feel like tingling in my body, or I would feel goosebumps, or I would hear, because everyone has a different ability to connect, through our 5 senses. So some people can hear, some people can smell like an incense or a flower sense. So that means that your master's energy is right there with you. So I normally feel angel bumps, I call them. And then I hear the download that I get. And then I would do an intention before I start, that today's intention of calling my master's energy is to get an answer of this particular question. Because energy follows intention. And then once I call upon my master's energy, then I would wait for a minute or so, and then I would ask him the question. That this is the question. Can you please help me? I need your guidance. And then I would wait a minute or so, or sometimes even 5-10 minutes. And then once I received the answer, then I would thank the master, would open my eyes, and I would say, thank you for coming, and I would write down the message that I received, and then I would start taking action on that.
So part of the key then, of course, is to start taking action on it as well.
Action is the key because, we can have so much knowledge, but knowledge doesn't take us anywhere unless we do action on it. So once we start taking those action steps, then you can achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life.
And I would imagine, too, that gives you more confidence in the process because you can see the results that you're getting.
Yes, of course, exactly. So these three techniques are like the tip of iceberg that people can use in their lifestyles at home without any side effects, and it's very simple and easy to do, and not much of a time commitment as well. And
yeah.
I would like to share exercise, that action step that people can take right away to ground themselves, to relax themselves instantly. And it is called alternate nostril breathing exercise. This breathing exercise is one of the best and the quickest ways to relax, and I love doing it any time of the day. So how it is done is you take a deep breath in, and you exhale out slowly. Then with your thumb, you hold your right nostril down, and then breathe in with your left nostril. Then you would hold the left nostril with your pinky finger and let go of the thumb to exhale from the right nostril. So you are kind of doing alternate nostril. You are holding one nostril as you are inhaling, and then you are exhaling with the other nostril. And then you can do this 3 to 5 minutes, or even for starters, you can do 1 to 2 minutes. And remember not to inhale too intensely, otherwise then you can get dizzy feeling as well. So try to do it as slowly as you can, and you start off with 1 or 2 minutes and gradually go up to 3 to 5 minutes, and you will feel instantly better.
That's an awesome tip. It's so easy to do.
Very easy. You can do it even, especially while you're stuck in the traffic or something. Instead of getting mad at other people, you can do alternate nostril breathing, and there you are. You're happily smiling, and other people will wonder, why is this person smiling stuck in the traffic?
Right. I want what she has, right?
Yeah, exactly. So these are the, techniques that anyone can do at any age, either sitting, standing, lying down, to help themselves.
Yeah, and that's nice, especially for people who are in pain. The exercises aren't that taxing.
Mm-hmm.
And then tell us, how long-distance energy healing works.
Oh, okay, sure. Long-distance healing is it's a message healing, and so who can benefit from long-distance healing? It's like those who are unable to travel for any reason, then those who have time constraints and scheduling difficulties, those who have physical or emotional problems, or even those people who are in coma. They can be helped as well. And how it works is this is done remotely. No physical or verbal contact is required. It can be done through phone. It can be done through Skype, or it can be done through meditation. So, for instance, currently I'm working with a client who is in Boston, but I do through Skype, and that is the healing that I give him and the guidance that I give him, and he's doing it, and he's having tremendous results with that. And for long distance, like I have someone in India that I'm working with, that I'm giving meditation, healing through meditation. So I would call upon that person's energy, and for that, all I need is name, age, gender, and the location. And then I can, meditate on that person. If that person is in India, Australia, wherever in the world, and then just give them the healing energy. First, what I do is I detect them, and then I can feel warm, tingling sensation to find out where the blockages are in which organs or which part of the body. And then through the Gigong technique, I remove that and then send healing energy to that person. So that is the long-distance healing energy. And it is also known as remote healing, distance healing, absent healing. And it can be done from the comfort of your home to anywhere in the world.
It's almost like the person has to experience it to understand it, that, wow, this really can work. Because I've had energy healing, and it just sounds like such a bizarre concept if you haven't tried it before. So it's just another tool you can put in your toolbox, I guess, of things that can help you. And I know, too, when I was early on my grief journey, I didn't understand that we needed to release these emotions. I mean, I understood that, but I didn't understand they actually could get stuck in your body. Mm-hmm. So that's why I like how you offer these techniques to help us get all that stuff out of, out of our body.
Out of the system, yes. Emotions, they love storing in different places, and especially they first start attack the joints. It is like their storage space. So like people would get stiff neck or shoulder pain or lower back pain or hip pain, joint pain, elbow pain, ankle pain. So the joints are the first to get stored with emotions, stuffed emotions.
Yeah, so many of us, I'm sure, have pain in those areas. And can you tell us a little bit about, like, our cellular memory? Like, how this affects our cells?
Yes, I mean, it goes all the way back, even before we were born. It even goes to past lives as well. But I don't want to go, otherwise it will be here for hours. But especially when you are for this current life, if you, when you are in your mother's womb, the thought process of your mom also affects the baby. And when the baby is born, when whatever our parents are saying, whatever our siblings are saying, whatever our teachers or friends and family members are saying, it all affects our cellular memory area, especially because we are like SpongeBob SquarePants. We absorb everything at the age of until 6 years old, since we are born to 6 years old. At that age is very crucial. So, however, that is our molding age. So whatever we absorb during that age kind of becomes a mirror when we become an adult. And when we have any blockages, it sometimes goes back to that age. And that is when we do EFT, it is bringing up all those memory out and releasing them.
And I imagine a lot of that could be subconscious, correct? You're just not aware that you even stored some of that?
Yes. For instance, if people having money problems, then you say, money doesn't grow on tree. Like if you have heard that when you are growing up, then when you are in your adult age, when you start spending money, then, that triggers. So it kind of goes all the way back because it is engraved in your cellular memory. Because cells remembers. Whatever words we use, our body remembers it, and it stores it somewhere. And then whenever that particular related event occurs in future, it triggers that. So that is why it is very, very important to release these stuffed emotions, especially, through any kind of method. It is not only of EFT. There are so many methods out there, and whatever suits you the best, you can use that and release all this garbage that we have stuffed up within us,
Sure. Yeah, and then Sangeeta, you were going to let everyone know you have a little free gift of information for all the listeners.
Oh, sure. I love this part.
Yeah.
So to receive if you visit my website, which is embraceyourinnerself.com, you will see that there is a free download of a guided meditation, which is Stress to Bliss in 5 minutes. So all you have to do is go there, put your name and your best email address, and then you will instantly receive that download, and there is a handout that goes with it. And as a special bonus for today, you can receive a 25% off of one of my private sessions with me if you email me with the answer to the question, what is one thing you took away from today's topic? And you can email me at sangeeta@embraceyourinnerself.com.
And Sangeeta is just SANGITA, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. And then, I should also mention, we have recordings of all the calls. If you missed them, they're available for 48 hours because Sangeeta gave us a lot of information. And then actually, if you want to preserve the information to listen to again at your convenience, we also have the recordings available for sale as well. So just wanted to mention this because I know Sangeeta gave us so many specifics where we kind of have to go back and practice. But again, I like your easy, quick tips. Like I was even doing them on the phone while you were talking, and I could instantly feel myself feel better as I was tapping under my eyes and in between my eyebrows. So that's awesome.
So thank you.
Last question, Sangeeta. I guess if there was just one message you could get out to people about healing grief or going through the journey of loss, what would that message be?
Wow, that is a great thing. Well, I would say that our bodies are vehicles, and we are travelers on this planet, and we connect with energy beings through relationships, and we are all one. So there is no question of grieving, as our loved ones are always a part of us. So all we have to do is feel their presence and embrace your inner self to awaken your natural ability to heal.
That's awesome. Yeah, and thanks, Sangeeta, for your time today. And let me tell everyone your website one more time. It's just called embraceyourinnerself.com, and you can see the wide variety of healing techniques that Sangeeta offers. And again, just another thing to consider for your toolbox to see if any of these techniques might work for you. And I know for me personally, I have fibromyalgia, so a lot of these tools can help. It's just a matter of doing them, right, Sangeeta?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And there is no side effects to it, which is awesome.
Right, absolutely.
So thank you, Chelsea, so much for having me on your telesummit, and thank you all for your time. Blessings, love, and light to all of you. Namaste.
Thank you, Sangeeta, and take care, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Bye now.